And we live, baby. We live.
Man, what a game. What a game, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
We three kings. We live. We in the building. Of course, we had a little bit of delay for a great reason after watching the end of that game with the LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, man, what a wild ending to this game. What a game, man. That game had a lot of ups and downs going on, but of course, you know, we got Matthew Rogers out there.
Oh, calm down.
He's pulling the Aaron Rodgers out there on there with 42 seconds left in the game. How do you leave?
That's on Broyles, man. That's
Cooper Kupp to go straight up the field. How?
Wait a minute. How do you, in the position and the time left in the game, allow the Bucs to throw a damn pass down the field when all you had to do was make them run the ball?
Because me, you can't really question the defense, and then they switched Jalen Ramsey over there. He always on the island.
That defensive play call was bullshit. It was bullshit.
Oh, man.
Like that one right there. I don't know why you call a blitz like that, and then, like you say, leave Cooper Kupp to go straight up the middle. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, defense wouldn't even allow that type of
exactly
going up the field. Like, who was back there? Once he went up the
dude, he was full stride with Antoine Winfield trying to catch it. You're not catching Cooper Kupp, dude.
Man, well, looks like we got the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Of course, we got the Bills and the Chiefs coming up next. But we had to jump in on this one, man, because that game was exciting. It was looking bleak for a minute now, because for a while, of course, the Rams defense was dominating. Brady was flustered. I hated seeing my guy Brady out there looking like that, but that defense deserves credit, even though that O-line is hurt. So that had a lot to do with it as well. But of course, if you're gonna give Brady chances after chances, he's going to take the opportunity.
Can't count out the GOAT too over it, man.
Listen, you can't count out the GOAT until the clock strikes zeros, and obviously you can see that what's going on today. He's going to give you the opportunity to come back and either tie the game and win the game, and that's what he did. And of course, I believe that play right there will definitely be one of maybe the biggest highlight of Matthew Stafford's career almost.
Even though his team did everything possible they could to give his game away. I mean, literally, fumble after fumble after fumble, stupid plays, penalties, unnecessary penalties at the end.
Calling a timeout on a 4th and 1, allowing the referees to review it, even though they didn't overturn it. You called a timeout on a 4th and 1.
It's like how many points do you have to put up, being Matthew Stafford, for your team not to fuck up the game? Like I said, prime example. This man gave you 27 points, on the board. Should have been more than enough for you to beat the Bucs. You had the offense, the offense was in shambles in the first half and the third quarter. Fourth quarter comes, you forget how to play football. You start fumbling the football. Cam Akers already fumbled the ball once. You put it back in his hands again in one of the biggest moments of the game. So
I believe they got.
But you got to look at it too, though. I mean, let's not act like Stafford was perfect, because they got stopped. They were stagnant at 27.
No, that's the perception that a lot of us. That's a perception of a lot of us fans talking about. Matthew Stafford should not have to be He-Man every single quarter or every series of downs. He did enough. All his defense had to do is do his job.
The defense did the job, and Stafford got to 27 and say, "Well, my job's done." No,
I wouldn't say that their job was done when you got those. Let me interject.
This is the playoffs. It's not like you're not going to find some type of energy in the second half. Let's be real.
Now, I will say this. I didn't see them getting comfortable it was the turnovers that caused the change in the guard, because you got one where you got Akers fumbling down at the 2-yard line, which would have allowed them to stretch the lead even further. You got Cooper Kupp when they was basically at the 50-yard line and on their way marching again, and he's strip fumbling. And then towards the end of the game, you got Akers once again when they could. So it was opportunities, and when you keep turning the ball over like that and allowing Tom Brady to come back with momentum.
Let's not forget the 3 and outs too, though.
You're not going to have a perfect game where you go every series without going 3 and out. It's going to happen at some point during the game. That's
I can't blame this defense. The defense, they did their thing, bro.
Nobody. That's the thing. Nobody's blaming the defense, because the defense.
Turnovers.
It was the turnovers that allowed momentum to get back on, because they had Tampa Bay really flustered this whole game.
Yeah.
But if you give Tom Brady 3 turnovers, I mean, my God,
in excellent position.
My God, and prime real estate to say this type of thing would happen, and we end up almost going to overtime. But like I was saying before we got on the broadcast, I say, hey, 42 seconds is a lot of time for Matthew Stafford. I wasn't expecting it to be like that, but what an ending, though. What an ending. What an ending. Oh, what an ending, man. So, hey, listen, while we're here, man, let's get some shout-outs to the guys that's joining us right now, man. You Can't Hate Me Now. Mackenzie, what up, though? Joshua, also, of course, you was first. You were early. I don't what's going on. Oh, 16, man. What's happening, man? Rocking with us again. Harold Williams. What it do? Nomus J, man. Welcome back, man. You know, Nomus J was rocking with us last week, and he took some of my time away. But, you know, I appreciate you for rocking with us last week, my brother.
Hey, Joshua, man. Rule 101 of football, the center's never wrong, bro. So you ain't blaming that fumble on the center. The center's never wrong.
Oh, that's another turnover, too.
The center ain't never wrong.
Listen, as a former backup center, I can agree with that.
Wrong.
Because somebody didn't get the call right, and it wasn't on me. Never blame the center.
The center is never wrong. So when the center put that ball down, he set. Everybody else is set.
What are we talking
about? That's the lineman and me talking to anybody that been on them in them.
That's when the
center ain't never wrong.
When the center shot put at the ball for another turnover.
Yeah.
Well, like you said,
never wrong.
Listen, linemen get a bunch of heat, already. And, with this game, more reason why Tom Brady struggled is because he didn't have a healthy offensive line. And you've seen that today. They really struggled to keep him upright and keep him protected. And it just goes back to show, people always say that, if Tom Brady was here, Tom Brady was that up front is so key to a lot of his success and a lot of these other quarterbacks' success. It shows how important having a solidified line is. For me, for Big A, of course,
but
we always
you gotta also say this too. You ain't going against a defensive line with 2 first ballot Hall of Famers on there neither. Like, come on, man. Let's not act like that was just any defensive line. You got Aaron Donald and Von Miller.
Understandable.
But Von Miller's been primed for playoff time.
So check this out. The 49ers beat them. Why couldn't the Bucks?
The 49ers, the Bucks. Come on, man. Let's not do this because, listen, it was a blown coverage. Bro, I don't know why you leave Cooper Kupp open. I don't know why you leave him open like that.
I'm going to pick that. I'm going to pick that. I know you, Brady, you're a big-time Brady fan.
I saw him be the guy.
Brady from Michigan, you already know. So
but see, they got. I would say that the Tampa Bay got a little bit of taste of their own medicine because back in the Super Bowl when Kansas City had their 2 offensive tackles out, starters, they ate, and you could see that's important because as much as Patrick Mahomes was all world, it's only so much you could do when you ain't got them boys up front, and that showed today too when them guys, them stars. especially when you gotta go up against a freak of nature like Aaron Donald and a specialist like a Von Miller. You need those guys up front
I'm
to
gonna tell you
be.
what really hurt him though is not having that slot guy and that Chris Godwin dude. You know, when he can, you know, because Brady
Or
always
somebody like Antonio Brown. That's what you're saying.
But
Somebody.
you know, Brady always got that slot guy that no matter whenever he get in trouble, you know, he dumping that ball off. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that, like I said, it's to me, it's next man up. You know what I'm saying? Next man up. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, you scored 27 points. What more can you want the offense to do? Keep scoring." That dang on defense. I mean, dude, Von Miller just got the strip sack. Then it's a miscommunication with the center, which I'm never gonna blame the center in Stafford. And the Bucs get the ball right back.
Yeah, but see, that's even with, like I said, turnovers. You already know is a momentum killer. You know.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
So
it's 3 and outs too when your defense is on the field for a long time.
And all that rolls together is the reason why Tampa Bay was able to, make the comeback that they did.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. Turnovers, but let's not forget, it was time Stafford went out there after the defense done held the Bucs and he went 3 and out. That sucks too.
Yeah, but what a game though. What a game.
Crazy game. These games, man, in this week has been something, man. I mean, we got the Bills and the Chiefs coming up next, man.
That's going to be a hell of a game. And the game last night, we could talk about that game last night with, San Francisco and Green Bay. And, the aftermath that may come from that game, of course, San Francisco went in and came back and stole basically a victory in Lambeau at night against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Stole the victory. And then
what's even more interesting than that, right? I hate Aaron Rodgers. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. But where is he going, man? That's him and Devontae Adams, man.
That's a good question, because I don't see him returning to Green Bay. I mean, as you can hear him talking, he was saying all the issues in which the things that he's been addressing the last a couple of seasons about keeping these veteran guys, signing good players, and drafting correctly. And he's going back into it. That's why the thing he mentioned, like, we got a lot of guys that we got to re-sign or they were hit free agency, so he doesn't know where that team is going to go. He's basically telling you that, yeah, they don't have it together like I needed to them have together. Even though he's been going 13-3 the last 3 years, he's knowing that's not going to last if this.
But this is my thing. This is my thing with Rodgers. Not to cut you off, Big Willie. You want Green Bay to bring in all of this that you want, but you still want to get 30, 40 million a year at this point in your career. Like, let's be honest, man. I mean, you're gonna have to shave some of that, man, if you want them to bring in some players that you need, man.
Indeed. And the guy, but that's the thing. I believe that's why Aaron Rodgers was not showing up and threatening to leave, because he's like, I'm Aaron Rodgers. Like, y'all need to basically satisfy my needs, basically.
But you can't sit up there and say satisfy your needs, and you want 40 million a year, and you want us. What can they do? Now, I don't even like Green Bay, but I mean, you talk about, oh, well, look what this team do for Tom Brady. Tom Brady also take pay cuts.
That's true. Tom Brady been taking pay cuts like it seems like every year he's taking a pay cut just to be able to bring in guys.
Yeah,
and it goes to show, like, why. As great as a quarterback as Aaron Rodgers is, why he hasn't been able to bring in guys to come and play with him?
Because it's a money thing. Green Bay don't have the money. And they don't have the money. You got to understand this. You got to look at it, dude. When this dude still want 40 million a year, and then you got a guy like Brady, like, hey, man, give me that 20. You know what I'm saying? I'll make it on incentives where it's not going to hit the cap. Aaron Rodgers don't want to do that. He want all his money, and then he also want the cherry on top. One thing Brady learned, and this is from Bill Belichick too, man. Balance them books, man. Listen, make your money in incentives, do other things outside of this football thing, and you won't be so harping so much on the money, because when you go into these Super Bowls and these championships and winning these playoffs, you're going to get all that extra money, man.
Yeah, well, we gonna see. So, Dominic Davis asking, man, who throws more touchdowns tonight, Allen or Mahomes? What you think?
Man.
Mahomes, you think so, man?
Mahomes.
I'm leaning towards Mahomes myself. I believe right now the Kansas City Chiefs are in their stride. You know, they're in their championship stride. Earlier on in the season, of course, you know, there was some rocky times early on, but I think they're starting to run the course. So they are in Kansas City. So I do see Mahomes getting that, getting more touchdowns than Allen would. So if that's the case, then the next question that Josh will also ask is who you got, Chiefs or Bills? I'm going with the Chiefs at home. King, who you got, man? Chiefs or Bills right now?
Ooh, my bad, fellas. I had to get the groceries.
You had to get the groceries. You had to eat the groceries.
I had to get the shut up. I had to get the groceries.
Listen, I listen. Josh Allen he's on that Klay Thompson list for me, so I would never root for that guy. I don't care if they even. I'm not going into that. I'm not going into it on this live, but just know he's on that Klay Thompson list for me. So he would never get no support from.
He's calling Josh Allen the hater. He's basically saying he's a hater. He's on the Klay Thompson list.
Oh, bro.
We can build on that in the back channel. And listen, I got a file on him. So
listen, man, you can't. So you gotta let go and let God, my brother. You know what I'm saying? He may have done some things in his past. And you know what I'm saying?
Listen, bro. Look, I don't wish the man go out there and get hit in a car accident. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just saying you ain't gonna win no games.
I don't know.
I ain't a fan of him either, so I can't blame you.
Right.
Well, I am a little bit. I'm liking what he's doing over there.
Stephen A. Smith. So.
Stephen A. Smith is that guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why your hairline's starting to look like his too.
Bullshit, my hairline's full intact, goddammit.
We don't have to hear Aaron Rodgers talk about him talk about Aaron Rodgers all day.
Thank God. True. And I'm thankful for not only for that, and that's why these playoffs has been a pleasure for me, because we don't have to hear the Dallas Cowboy talk anymore. Yeah. We don't have to hear the Aaron Rodgers talk no more. There's some new blood, going forth in these playoffs with, the Rams and the 49ers, and then, Cincinnati. Oh, that's enough. Cincinnati.
Yeah.
How they pulled it off yesterday, despite the fact that Burrows was sacked 9 times last night.
I was just about to say, listen, man, if Cincinnati go into this draft in this offseason and get anything other than a lineman for Joe Burrow, man, if I wouldn't blame Joe Burrow for leaving Cincinnati, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So, but he's still on the rookie contract, so he had to leave after a year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, come on, man, that protect that man, dude.
That is quite obvious. So, with that being said, that could be intriguing, because with there being O'Neal being one of the top lineman draft picks, they're in need of a lineman. You see that.
Well, this is actually
Cincinnati trading into the top.
They won't have to, because this is actually a deep draft for linemen also, because you have like you say, Evan O'Neal, but then you also have the tackle from North Carolina State, and we also have the center from Iowa, which we know about him. He could play both center and guard. You know what I'm saying? So you got some linemen coming out, so they won't have to trade up. And think about this, though. Could we say this was Cincinnati's toughest defense they would have faced as far as rush with Tennessee? Because if you think about it, the Bills don't have a rush like that, nor the Chiefs.
Not at all. Not at all. This right now with these two teams that's on playing right now and Cincinnati, it's a more of a who's going to score last type of
But check
games
this out
going
though.
forward.
Cincinnati also they got somewhat of a pass rush, on their defense.
Somewhat, but but the thing is this though, you're dealing with these athletic quarterbacks now with the Josh Allen and the Mahomes that they evade what these defenses has got to offer a little bit with the bit more. And that's what's going to change it up because, like you said, even with Burrows is pretty athletic himself too, and they were still able to get to him and sack him 9 times. So I don't see that.
But you got to look at the way. You got to look at the way the Titans did it. They didn't allow him to get outside of them. They kind of put him in that bowl, but sometimes he rushed up the middle or whatever. But it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be. I think Cincinnati. I think their toughest. As far as defensive wise, it was Tennessee because of what Tennessee has up front. But like I said, with these other two teams, they can score a lot though. So.
Indeed. So, question: are you guys looking forward to watching anybody at the Senior Bowl practice and game?
Oh, most definitely. Of course, all the Michigan boys. I want all of them to do good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I look forward to seeing Haskins for sure.
Okay, come on, Michael Vick's
lion in the background.
All right. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see Haskins. I want to see. Like I say, pretty much all our Michigan guys is going to be in the Senior Bowl. I'm looking forward to seeing them guys. I want to see those guys better their careers and stuff like that. So most definitely, want to check out the Senior Bowl, and we will most definitely have coverage of that too on the show.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, definitely. A plus for the Lions to have front row seats with those guys.
I know, man. Dude, like you got front row seats, man. Front row seats. Like you don't have to listen. You don't have to. And this is the thing, right? This is not you only seeing these guys on film, not only seeing these guys when they playing, in a game. You front row. You get to see how this guy come ready to practice. You see how this guy acts when things ain't going his way. You're gonna get to see a lot of the behind scene things. So yes, the Lions got front row, man.
Yeah, perfect position for them because, like I said, if history proves right with the Detroit Lions, when they work with guys like that in the Senior Bowl, they usually go after them dudes. So hopefully we can get some. Like I said, this draft is just so important, man. It is.
I mean,
it's so important, dude, because it's either going to be same old Lions or we finally in a new direction. You know what I'm saying? So that Brad Holmes has a lot of pressure, but he's in a good position where he has multiple picks to not stumble and trip himself. Just go out there, do what makes sense. Go get what your team need for them to be successful, man. Make the right picks. Don't overreach. Don't try to be the smartest guy in the room.
Yes.
Don't have all the old Lions ingredients to be the same old Lions. So that's all I ask. With this regime that we got, I'm behind them. You know what I'm saying? I'm behind them just because of the way the players have showed up for them. But we need to take that next step, and we have to draft if we're going to be successful. And that's just something the Lions haven't did for a long time. Unless it's something that's falling right in their lap that's obvious.
Exactly.
Stafford, Calvin.
Yep. Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's obvious. We struggle to just go and get the right guys. You know what I'm saying? So we go and get tease Tabor when we got guys in our backyard. You know what I'm saying? So
not to cut you off, like my thing is, right, I just hate when the Lions of old, when they get to that second, third, fourth, fifth round, it's like we just throw away the pick, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and we gotta stop doing that because let's be honest, man, if you really going and when you looking at these lists, right, and you looking at these guys and you going off of, this guy was a 5-star here, this and that, dude. 24/7 and all of them had Aaron Donald a 3-star.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp was a 2-star. Devontae Adams was a 2-star. Like, let's go in there and really do our homework, man, and let's go get some dogs, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and especially with Brad Holmes, based on his history, just with what he just went and got us with Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy. Go out there and get them diamonds in them later rounds, man. That's going to contribute to this team. You got to look at the undrafted guys we got, you know what I'm saying? So it seems that as of this point right now, he has some of that vision. So it's going to be very important. I want to see what he can do with these high picks. You know what I'm saying? He's been picking in the second round and stuff, for a couple of years. So I want to see what he can do when we got multiple first round picks, especially our biggest needs, which is defense. Obviously, we just witnessed in this playoffs with some of the upsets that defense, really can change things in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The only way even if Aaron Rodgers is leaving the NFC North, even if he does, you have to be able to put pressure on guys like Rodgers. That's the only way you beat him. It's the only way. We can't put pressure on nobody. We haven't been able to do it in the last 4 years. So it's got to be priority.
And listen, and the way things are going right now, looks like the Lions is going to have the second and then the very last pick in the first round if, the LA Rams pull off the Super Bowl this year.
They're going to have a tough time getting by the 49ers, bro.
They are. They are.
Hey, did y'all already see that the 49ers, I guess, if you go like on their message boards and stuff, that the Rams have blocked sales from people trying to buy tickets like from San Fran and all that, dude.
Oh, wow.
Because if you watch, actually, the reason why they're doing it, because if you watch the last game with San Francisco, it was a 49ers home game for real, because they were still louder for the 49ers than they were for the Rams, which is bad on the Rams. I don't know if it's the city or whatever it is. The fact that
it's them tickets, man. How much them 49er fans used to paying for them high price tickets, man. You got to remember. The Rams is, they're just really, going back to LA, they're just really getting their feet back wet, over there in that area. And they got that new stadium, which is beautiful, but yeah.
So most definitely they need to do something to get that home field advantage back from San Francisco. But that is definitely a daunting task. So let's ask, and you guys can leave your comments too. Who do you got going next week for the NFC Championship game? Whether it's going to be the LA Rams or the San Francisco 49ers, what's your pick?
To me, it's hard to beat a team 3 times though, but it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
I would say riding this wave, you go out and you beat Tom Brady in a situation in a game like that, it can also come and hurt you because you can get a little overconfident. The Rams have a history of, not wanting to finish games, letting people come out of games, doing things like that. That makes me nervous. You don't want to give the 49ers a chance. I'm going to say the 49ers, bro.
It's that pass rush, because the way the 49ers can get pressure with 4 people, man, that means you can just sit everybody else back. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Listen.
And that's what they did the last matchup. So,
listen, if you guys haven't realized that yet, you guys should know that you should not be betting against Jimmy G, okay? You should not bet against this
Ain't
guy.
Nobody said nothing about him, man. Ain't nobody said
this man could not throw no touchdowns and win every playoff game he's been in.
Jared Goff.
Don't bet. Jimmy G got that hoodoo on him, man, that he's not losing, man. You can't bet against him, man, even if you wanted to. Listen, they couldn't beat Jimmy G in Lambeau with Aaron Rodgers in 10-degree weather. You just can't bet against the guy, man. Look at him. He's Jimmy G, man. Porno G is full in effect, my friend.
First of all, nobody's paying attention to you right now. Jimmy Garoppolo. But
you
they
just
got
say stuff for shock value,
defense,
man.
the only way 49ers come out with a win is that defense does what it does.
Yeah.
And, Debo gets off like he did the first time against the Rams. They definitely going to have Debo active this game.
The Rams need to have a complete game.
Yep.
Basically, they have to have a complete game, not just because if you watch the first game with the Rams and the 49ers, they jumped out to a big lead. I believe they was up 17-0
Yep.
before they started fumbling the bag like they just did against the Bucks. So, as you were saying, Big A, they got to keep their foot on the gas.
Keep going. You got to keep going.
And not fumble the bag, of course.
Now with this situation, what happens with Brady and the Bucks?
Well, he did indicate that he's not fully committed to whether or not he's going to come back for another season or not. I believe he's going to take his time and think on it. I think he's going to come back because I don't believe he's satisfied.
Like
he's not going to be satisfied with the way that game ended. And the fact of the matter is that even as bad as the team was playing, they still had an opportunity, and they tied the game and almost had an opportunity to come back and win that game.
Yeah.
And I know he's thinking, like, imagine if I had my full arsenal, particularly up front, and then I get Godwin back, and I get Howard back too, because Howard hasn't been the same either. So I can imagine with him, he's thinking that like I can get this another run because we wasn't at our full capability.
That secondary has been the Achilles heel of that defense all year long. I mean, they've been banged up, but it's been the Achilles heel all year. I mean, but see, this is where you're going to also see in Tampa Bay where a lot of those assistants are going to start getting pillaged because, there's already rumors of Brian Leftwich, being interviewed over there in Jacksonville.
And then Balls, he's been tied to the Minnesota and Chicago, defensive coordinator. So yeah, that they're going to get pillaged, and it's still a lot of coaching vacancies that's open.
Man, that's 5 or 6 teams still, right?
Yeah, it's still a lot. It's still a lot, and so yeah, that does play a factor. But I do believe Brady will be back for another season.
And then on top of that, we got a power shift coming in our own divisions, being the Lions. Aaron Rodgers is most certainly on his way out the door. Most
definitely.
And they probably end up tagging Adams next season,
which is going to make him mad.
It's going to piss him off. So 2 other teams in our division, obviously the Bears and the Vikings, with new coaches getting ready to come in. And like I said, the Lions, if they can go out and draft right and create a chance to at least be number 2.
I was just about hold on. It is like this. Listen, if there was ever any time for us to be like, okay, let's do the right things. Let's go in the draft, do what we got to do. Let's hit free agency. Like, we have to take this leap over Chicago, Minnesota. Listen, we knew we wasn't going to get there with Green Bay because of Aaron Rodgers. But now he's gone, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And then,
like I said, we let Chicago have some success with Trubisky, man.
Yeah.
And then in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, man.
Man. Like I said, it's not hard, man. The Lions just got to do what they got to do and add the right pieces. You got to add the right pieces. You got to go in the draft. You got to add the right pieces in free agency. We got to get a quarterback after this season, too.
Hold on, Harold. Listen, it ain't about Green Bay letting Rodgers go. He's gone. He's done. They can't franchise tag him. They can't do nothing.
Yeah, that man's a free agent. He out of there. He probably going to Denver.
Now, I could have sworn I said them exact same things last week during the podcast when I was saying the division will be up in the grabs and the Lions looking to be in a position to be the top of the division. I said those same exact things, and I remember I was getting some backlash.
Aaron Rodgers was still there,
and when I said no.
We didn't expect G to win a playoff game without throwing a touchdown against Rodgers. Right. That's why we were saying that.
Right. I was saying that because whether Aaron Rodgers won that game last week, and not Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone anyway. That's what I was saying. And the fact of the matter is, now I wasn't saying that the Lions were going to be there. I'm just saying they're in a position to take on a division that's going to be down. This is the opportunity to take on a division we right now are the most solidified team in our division right now.
Right now, for sure.
Right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And Minnesota, they're talking. They don't know if they're going to go over and do a whole redesign, change over the guard over there. Chicago, they don't know what they're going to do as far as how they're going to operate with Justin Fields. Right now, we're like the most solidified team going into this season. Like you said, with the draft, with the free agency that we can come fill in, and coming off of what we did the latter of the season, we're in a position to take on and take over and possibly win a division. Now, think about this. If we win a division and still lose all the other games, we still can make the playoffs because we won a division.
We're the Cowboys.
Right.
And that's what I was saying last week. I wasn't saying that they may not be there to compete with the other perennial playoff teams, but we in a position to be able to steal the division and possibly start our reign. And that's what the point I was making last week. I wasn't saying that they will be ready. They may not, but
listen, as long as Aaron Rodgers was going to be in Green Bay, it was going to still be Green Bay division, man. We was not going to beat Green Bay. Now that hey, one thing too, also, y'all, when y'all come in here, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Make sure we wipe our feet off, come in and sit down. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and share for us. But see here's the thing with Aaron Rodgers, Harold. He want to still give $40 million, but still want Green Bay to bring him in these weapons and that weapons and that weapon. You know what I'm saying? And where he failed to realize, because he like to always say, well, look what they do for Tom Brady. Tom Brady take pay cuts.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is not scared to say, hey, okay, put my money in incentives. I make it to the playoffs. If I make it to the division championship, I make it to the Super Bowl. If I win the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? And then he got things on the outside. Aaron Rodgers still want to get top-notch money, but then say, hey, I want a top-notch receiver. I want this top-notch slot guy. I want this lineman and all of that. It ain't going to work like that with Green Bay. They don't have the money like that.
Another thing, I have no problems with the Lions going and shooting for that position because obviously we have multiple picks in 2023 as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In the draft where you got Young and Stroud and all them other guys coming out. So
they better not. They better not.
It's going to be that's probably going to end up being a year we go and get a quarterback unless something.
Yeah, for sure. I would rather for them to do that, because I've seen a lot of people in here saying, "Hey, looking at this quarterback." No, this year, don't look at no quarterback this year. I mean, if we get one of them diamonds that fall third round, I'm cool. Nothing first or second round.
We still need to draft a quarterback this year. Just because, not to be, the first round, second round, but we still need to draft the quarterback. Just for the fact of the matter is that we never develop a quarterback or to even develop a backup quarterback. Because think about this. Think about it like this. If we draft a quarterback this year, let them learn, let them get a system. Not sure we may catch a diamond in the rough. And then going into next season, we draft a quarterback. Well, we have those quarterbacks come in. For one, it'll create a competition. It doesn't mean that the guy's gonna come in and start right away. And then you still got a young guy that if the quarterback they develop is good, you can trade him, you can use him. But I still feel that you can never not have opportunity not to draft a quarterback.
Well, I'm not against that. What I was saying is don't do it in the first and second round.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I said.
And I can understand that, but that's what I'm saying. I believe this draft they need to draft a quarterback, and you never know because you got the Dak Prescott, you got the Russell Wilsons who came out the third and fourth rounds that we may be able to, we may find that diamond in the rough. So I still would take a chance on, like you said, in the third or fourth round, if the best player available for the that's with the Lions pick is a quarterback, take the quarterback in my opinion.
And that's what I say. Not no first or second round. We don't need to be going up there first or second round unless, if Kenny Pickett down there at that last pick, take him. And that's the only way you go ahead and you go get a quarterback. Kenny Pickett or Matt Corral or one of them there at that second pick, I'm down with that. But if one of them is there, look at a quarterback third or fourth round, man.
Yep.
Now, we all know that it's going to be a quarterback carousel when it comes to this draft. It's going to be guys that's been projected to be third, fourth round quarterbacks or late round quarterbacks that may jump up in the top 10 and they may move around. Just like now, I seen one of the mock drafts in which they got Malik Willis as the number one rated quarterback coming out, and it's a top 10.
And whoever mock draft they is, they need to be taken out on the pier and thrown in a. But think about it. No, ain't no Malik.
No, listen, wait. That's what I'm saying. Trey Lance last year, he wasn't even projected to go in the first round. And when he was projected to go in the first round, he was a back end pick. They didn't flip it around. So yes, he was. He didn't flip it around so much where he ended up as the first pick. So you already know these quarterback dances that they do is going to change around once the combine comes about, once the draft comes about. What we see now, what we think is going to change because teams are going to get those quarterbacks in the quarterback rooms, and they're going to.
Listen, I would bet.
Go ahead, hey.
I would bet you some shoes from Coach of Detroit that Malik Willis will not be the first quarterback off the board.
I'll take that bet.
Smoke screen.
Now, if you lose, you got to buy me a pair.
I know. No, you said that you was going to buy me. I ain't was going to buy you anything. That is not the bet.
Look at it.
You bet me. That's why I said I take the bet. You did not say I had to return the favor. Joker.
Right, but if you lose, you gotta bet. Because what's in the bet for me? I'm just betting.
You the one made the bet. I ain't nobody tell you make no bet. But I would accept that bet just because I want to see something because stranger things happen in the draft.
You got to be out your mind, and you think a quarterback from Liberty about to go over Kenny Pickett or Matt Corral, even though he did get hurt. Them boys still gonna be the first quarterbacks going.
You see, you never know because nobody had Trey Lance going.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm just saying. It's a lot of time between now and that draft where we seeing Malik Willis was in the back end of the draft. They had Malik Willis making him our second pick at one point in time, and then you got people jumping him ahead. He's that dual threat quarterback, of course, that everybody's starting to fall in love with. They get to that combine, they get them quarterbacks in them rooms, you start seeing a shift in the atmosphere. Stuff like that happens. I'm sorry. So yeah, I take the bet. I
wear a size 12, so
I don't give a damn what size you wear because I'm gonna win the bet.
All right, Malik Willis from Liberty finna be the first quarterback.
And I've already heard just basic NFL scouts on TV mention that when this man went up against competition, he looked terrible.
Exactly. He looked horrible.
Those mock drafts, a bunch of nerds don't know what they're talking about. That's that.
Right.
And we got a bunch of GMs that don't know what they're doing either. That's why we always have this issue when it comes to draft. Y'all act like these nerds and these experts and these GMs hasn't been making these faulty moves all the time. I'm not saying that he's supposed to be in it. I'm just saying, think about it.
No, switch it happens. So that we clear the bet we made that you said Malik Willis is going to be the first quarterback off the board. I said he's not. The loser has to buy the winner a pair of shoes from Coach of Detroit. So
I'll take that bet. Because look, Dominic Davis, look, Daniel Jones and Mitchell Trubisky. Look at them two picks, man. Who's seeing them coming?
Chicago is stupid.
Who's saying that coming?
New York is stupid.
Out of North Carolina, who only started one full season, the Bears trade up to get Mitchell Trubisky. Right. And you mean to tell me that it's not a possibility that somebody's going to say, "Oh, this guy's a dominant run," and go ahead and pull that trigger and pull an old Malik?
Check this out. They still went to Power 5 schools. They didn't go to Liberty.
Josh Allen went to Wyoming.
Huh?
How you bring
Trey Lance went to North Dakota State.
But we're talking about Malik Willis, though. That's what we're talking about.
Those guys didn't go to Power 5 conferences either. And they got drafted high. And they got drafted them.
But they didn't go. They weren't the first quarterbacks to come off.
Why Trey Lance wasn't?
Huh?
Trey Lance went to your 49ers, man. He was the first to come off.
He was the first quarterback?
Yes. They traded up and got Trey Lance and got him. Yes, Trey Lance was the first quarterback. Yeah. Yeah. But we gonna see. We definitely gonna see. You know, and we're gonna be there to witness it in person. So you guys see me on the TV screen yelling at Big 8 like I told you so.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: if the Lions don't draft Aiden Hutchinson, he there, I got bond money. That's all I'm saying.
Indeed. So I think we talked.
Hold on. No, see, you just be talking, bro. You had me so warped out my mind. You said Trey Lance was the first quarterback to come off the board in the same draft that Trevor Lawrence was in.
No, yeah, my fault. Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking the wrong year. We already knew Trevor Lawrence was going to be number one, but he was after Trevor Lawrence. I forgot about Trevor Lawrence. That was already a lot, But after Trevor Lawrence,
16.
After Trevor Lawrence, that was already solidified. But it was Trey Lance after him.
No, it wasn't Trey Lance after that. It was
Who
Zach
was
Wilson.
It? Was it that? I thought Trey Lance was before Zach Wilson.
This is why I like making bets with Big Willie, y'all. If y'all ever want to win a bet for sure, make a bet with Big Willie. That's what you need to do.
I thought Trey Lance. Even was
second pick.
Jets was the second pick, and then San Francisco was number 5.
He just proved my point. You just proved my point.
Either way, what I was saying is Trey Lance wasn't even projected to be a first round quarterback. Yes, he wasn't first round. Then he projected to be a late first round pick, and then he jumped into the top 10. That's what I'm saying with these drafts. Y'all seen it happen. We've seen it. This type of stuff come out of nowhere.
Not from Liberty.
Who else came out of Liberty?
That's my point.
So, but you got a Josh Allen coming out of Wyoming. You got a Trey Lance coming out of North Dakota State. Those are Division II schools. So who's to say that
Wyoming's not Division II? They Division I.
North Dakota State not Division II?
No, North Dakota State is.
Yes, they are. That's Division II.
No, that's not.
It is. It is Division II. FCS is Division II. FBS Division I. That's how it goes.
Okay. But
anyway, I think we talked enough on that today. Yeah, but I'll be getting my size 11s from my brother.
Yeah,
come draft when they bring on Big Police with
Hey King, I take that bet all day long, twice on Sunday. This man said Willis is gonna be the first quarterback off the board. Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, and Sam Howell.
Listen. Stranger things have happened in these drafts. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that he would. I'm just taking the bet. But like I said, stranger things have happened.
Okay, everybody see that we made the bet live and direct. So we gonna be there at the draft. So
we gonna buy you some flip flops.
Indeed. So I guess we're gonna take this quick break, man. It's time to switch it up. I think we talking enough Lions and everything. Yeah. Let's switch it up a little bit.
W3 Kingz in the building at Culture Detroit.
Working hard, yeah. Working hard, yeah. Working hard, yeah. Working hard, working hard, yeah, yeah, working hard, working hard, yeah, yeah, working hard, working hard, yeah, yeah, working hard, working hard.
All right. Of course, we got a game coming up with the Pistons at 8. First and foremost, Kelly Olynyk right back out. Safety, health and safety protocols. That absolutely sucked, man. As soon as we return, you notice the difference in the flow of the offense, the spacing. He was able to provide those things for the Pistons. The Pistons on the better half of 2022 have been able to at least come up with some victories. But it absolutely sucks to keep having players go out. We're trying to get everybody to come back so we can see what these dudes really are together, to try to get some type of chemistry and try to get something going with this young team, man. Slade Cunningham had a really good game, even though they got destroyed last game. But we go up against another tough one. The Denver Nuggets, we got the Joker tonight. We know he's about to go off. Especially with us not having the proper help that we need down in the paint in the post. So it's going to be a tough game against Denver. What I'm looking for tonight, obviously, just another step forward. Sadiq Bey and Cade Cunningham, those have been pretty much the 1-2 punch. The little chemistry that I seen between those two last game was fun to watch. So, like I said, sucks Kelly Olynyk is out. But for the meantime, we gotta, do what we gotta do and go out and at least give these guys a fight and lay down. That's the only thing I don't want to see out of these young guys. Don't just go lay down. Fight, man. Fight. They come out with energy. Like I said, try. Give a damn, whatever you want to call it. I just need to see that. So, we lost the assistant coach. Obviously, assistant is going to be the head coach overseas. So Dwayne Casey lost somebody on his staff. We'll see if he make a replacement or just move somebody up in that spot. But obviously he was taking over for Casey when Casey was out. Killian is back tonight. He returns tonight from the hip contusion from falling into the cameraman.
So what?
I think Frank Jackson is I'm not even sure if Frank Jackson is back tonight. He should be out of conditioning. I'm not sure. I will have to check while we talk. But Frank Jackson is another guy we need back. We need some more of that offense and that shooting, that force spacing. So, like I said, Pistons, we just got to continue to sit here and wait. The line is on the loom. It's coming. It's getting closer. We've seen a lot of crazy trades out there. Today we've seen the Lakers and the Celtics. Rumors out there, for Anthony Davis and Russ Westbrook. Man, that was just nuts to me. A lot of these trade scenarios is crazy.
Listen, 0-16. I say so what because we're not missing his little 5 points a game right now, man. So what?
Hold on. Let King finish, and we will get into that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Like I said, me personally, I love Killian, but bro, we're not missing him offensively. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the defense, fine. You know what I'm saying? For the floor of the offense, passing. Fine. But as far as scoring, no. We're not missing, Killian Hayes as far as scoring. Frank Jackson, we are missing Frank Jackson because he's a floor spacer and a shooter. Oh, my God, bro. You beat me to it, Dominique. That's why you my dog.
Listen. When we go into this draft, he was the first one I was about to bring up, man.
Oh, my God. Let's jump to that, bro. I like I said, this draft, man.
Listen.
Game after game, man.
Listen, if I can get what I want, man, like I say, man, I really want Ayton bad, man. And then if we can bring Jabari or Banchero in, man, sheesh, man. Sheesh.
I like I said, the situation with my only thing with Banchero is his condition. I don't know if he can do an 82 season grind with that condition, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the NBA is a whole different beast. It's a faster game, and it's more on your body.
A lot more games, too.
A lot of more games, man. So You know, but Jabari, game after game, this dude's just been growing on me, man.
But you got to remember too, though, when you get into the league, man, and you know, you do get like a higher level of care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do. Yes.
So I'm pretty sure, man, them dudes, if Duke of all schools, you know, if they can whip up a special elixir for
Gatorade,
right?
Even with this situation, you know, trust me, I believe everything you're saying, but it would be so Pistons if he came and he wasn't. They wasn't able to get this thing out of control. It'll be so Pistons to take that situation. I feel like you actually.
But this the thing. This how you balance it out. Hey man, you lost 7 pounds tonight, man. We're gonna take you to Coney Island. You know, get you a you know, double bacon cheeseburger with chili cheese on the fries, chili cheese on the burger, chili cheese on the napkin. You know. I was getting into that too. I was gonna get into that too, King. That he was terrible last night. Terrible.
Jalen Green, bro. You know,
let's stay on the Pistons because I want to get into him too. Me and Big Willie, I was telling him about that earlier, but you know, to me, you know, the way I look at it is like, okay, if we don't fall at that number 1 pick, because Banchero's going number 1, I'm cool with that, you know, but Jabari, you can't be mad at that. The way he's balling, the way he's playing, man.
Listen. You know, guys, I've been steadfast on. We need, you know, a big, strong, solid force down in the middle.
Yeah, it ain't Chet Holmgren, man. When you say big and strong.
Yeah, but you know, and you know me, I've been harping about this guy, which honestly he's good, but I kind of deterred. Yeah,
Big Willie, hold on. Listen, we draft nobody from Gonzaga. Nobody. I don't care who it is.
Listen, we drafted somebody from Gonzaga a few years back. Y'all remember who was it?
I know we did, and it didn't work. And nobody from Gonzaga works in the NBA.
Hey, can you guys hear me a little bit more?
Adam Morris. Yeah,
you're good. Yeah. So, and you know, like I said, I was at which he's not gonna be my first pick anymore. You know, I was in love with Kofi Cockburn. That big specimen that they got over there in Illinois. Big, strong presence down in the middle.
Pause.
The guy is 7 foot, 280 pounds of just.
He ain't 7 foot, man.
He's 7 foot. He's 7 foot. He is. Look it up, Big A. Look it up. You know, you're that guy.
Lying for him. He ain't no 7.
Hey, bro, listen. Hey, they said Cade was 6'8", bro. And
Listen. In this day and age, even if he's 6'8" or 7 foot, having that type of force. Listen, the most dominant big man that was about to come out was Zion Williamson. I mean, he's all of 6'6", and he's a force. And I'm saying that just because, you know, we talk about we need some toughness down there in the middle. Watching that guy and how he plays down there, it does fit that scheme, but he can't make free throws. So I had to let Cockburn go. I'm sorry.
Look at Harold's comment.
I had to listen. I had to let Cockburn go. You just don't know how hard that was for me to let Cockburn go. I was looking at this guy and I seen the specimen that he was, and I'm like, man, that Cockburn would definitely fit right in the middle.
Right
in the middle, that Cockburn would fit.
Hey, listen.
But then I had to take a step back.
When I just Googled his name, I put Kofi C. I was not about to type the rest of it.
We can't have Bly. Oh, nah, bro.
George Bly, he'd be so enamored when he mentions, Cockburn with the rebound. That Cockburn is a fierce competitor, that Cockburn. Yeah.
Count that cock in the foul.
You can imagine the Cockburn representing the D.
Oh, goodness, no. No, and more no.
But Yeah, but Jabari Smith, yeah, he's looking like formidable. Anybody that we can get that can help us towards the future, and I believe we're in the need of getting that solid big man in the middle. We definitely I think our biggest focal point if we don't get into free agency. And next to that, I believe we're going to need a guard.
Yeah,
I believe in free agency if we get a guard, I would take that. And I was joking about Killian, but to be honest with you, I believe that we need to bring in a starting guard and let Killian take a step back and learn.
Listen, man, Killian should have started on the bench. He should have worked himself to the first.
And that's what I was discussing this with Big A. It's just that he's giving this chance because of where he was drafted, in my opinion. But I feel that he is a developmental player, but he doesn't need to start to be able to get his development in. I believe we need to get that starting guard and allow him to progress. I'm not saying ship him off. I'm not saying get rid of the guy. He has upside. You see it. But I believe part of his issue is that, and this happens with a lot of guys that plays overseas, is that some guys have trouble transitioning from that style of basketball they come from into the league. And like you said, he came in, how old he was, 17, 18 when he came in?
Yeah, he was
very young.
A teenager.
He's right now playing at a collegiate level.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And see, the thing, even with that, look at who his man is facing every night, or this kid is facing every night. He basically gonna face your team's best offensive threat every night. You know what I'm saying? That's not helping because you going up against the Currys, you're going up against the Ja Morants, you're going up against all of these premier guards. He needs to come off the bench and adjust to the NBA speed, adjust to the game, get used to attacking the basket. Hell, you should have started him. You could have started him in the G League. I understand you drafted him at 7, but you drafted him as a project player, so I don't understand why you throw him, not only him, Stewart in the starting lineup too. I feel like Stewart should have started off the bench and proved that he can come in and be an offensive threat first.
And that was another thing that I was wanting to bring to attention is that I don't believe that we know that the Pistons were doing a rebuild.
Right.
But not to have like a veteran guard in place and a veteran forward in place to be able to coax these guys in. And like I said, with Killian, he's been thrown to the wolves since he got drafted. Last year, he would have been starting if he didn't get hurt. He comes right in off an injury starting.
Yep.
He still was getting hurt. And then we got backup guards. Mm-hmm. We got guards that can fill in the start, but we need somebody that Killian can learn from. I believe he needs to take that step back. Yep. And eventually he could be that starting,
And sometimes when you make that player take a step back like that, sometimes it helps their confidence. You know what I'm saying? They take that and say, you put me on the bench, so now I'm going to prove to you that you shouldn't have did that or something like that.
Indeed, yes.
Hey, we haven't did this in a long time, fellas, and I think it's about time we get back to what we do over here at We Three Kings. You know what I'm saying? When these guys come over here and spend time with us, man. Drop K stat line from points, assists, and rebounds. Last game against the Jazz, we sending you this K Cunningham rookie card. Reflective. We're getting back to it, y'all.
So would you guys say that?
Hold on, Big Willie.
And I got about a good.
No, I'm just jumping on that because you asked me for that stat line, and I wanted to get into that because I believe that might have been his best overall game.
No.
Of the season. Y'all don't think so?
He had a better one. Yeah,
he had one better one.
Yeah. Give me the points, rebounds, and assists.
I mean, but
K had against Utah.
I know points-wise he had a better one. I'm just saying overall.
Yeah.
So statistically, because all of that you're asking for from K, what he did the other night, overall probably was his best game.
He did play well. I mentioned that at the beginning, at the top of
Harold got it.
He played well.
Harold got it, King.
Yeah, 25, 5, and 5.
Yeah.
What Jalen Green scored? What did Jalen Green have?
Hold on.
He had some steals and some other things in that game too.
Hold on. You know, we getting back to it, y'all.
I got 8 people I have not heard from yet. 2. And
hold on, Harold, you didn't get it. Hold on. Dominique got it right.
There it is.
5, 6, and 5.
There it is.
Dominique, you got it.
Hey, y'all. Hey, brothers. Listen, I don't mean to cut you off. Hey, who do Dominique look like on that picture?
Kind of look like Mozzie from here.
You look like one of our bros we grew up with, bro.
Right. Yeah, so Dominique got it.
And
we'll be sending you this. So get your info, email it to us, Dominique.
Of course, like I said, you can YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You can message us, give us your information so we can get your cards out to you.
I got little small packs of cards. I got about 7, 8 people that I have not heard from that won cards. And what I'm doing is I'm mailing them to you guys in envelopes. That way it doesn't cost me nothing. It doesn't cost you anything.
Indeed.
And I'm just mailing them to you guys. So, and like I said, the COVID situation in my house is done and over with, so I can start getting back to that. So I need you guys, if you haven't got it, you got to reach out to me. I need your address so I can mail those things to y'all.
And, of course, Big A want to get his sacks out too.
I'm getting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
you got a Cockburn card?
Hey, I got this one. Look at this nice headband deep. Man, look at that. Hey, give me his career high this season in points. Look at that.
Listen, I'm glad to see that he's starting to take that turn. Earlier in the season, it was real rocky with Sadiq and his shooting, but now he's starting to hit his stride. And for me, I was just like, I know we're waiting for the trade deadline to pass us, but now that you see Cade, what he's bringing and Sadiq Bey hitting his stride, I would like to see them guys together and see what Jeremy Grant could do with those guys now that they're hitting their strides, as well as getting a Kelly Olynyk back. I think that we're going to be in for a different second half of the season, in my opinion.
To be honest, I still feel like the Pistons don't want them to be that successful this season. You still bringing Olynyk off the bench. You know what I'm saying? You still starting Stewart. You're not going to play Cade at Bonafide.
I haven't seen the right one yet, so I'm still putting it up there.
But the thing is this that will bring Kelly Olynyk off the bench is because he was, before he got hurt, the most consistent offensive person we had at the time.
But you got an emerging player in Lyles that gives you offense. You see what I'm saying?
And putting Kelly Olynyk and Lyles together out there is formidable.
Yeah.
It's formidable. And that's why seeing Trey Lyles getting, like you said, Frank Jackson back, getting Jeremy Grant back, Sadiq Bey hitting his stride, seeing Cade Cunningham and what he's turning out to be, I can see the second half of the Pistons being a lot different than what we started off with. It may surprise us, in my opinion. I believe it can surprise us.
You got it.
For sure.
You got it, Damien.
Who was that? Damien? Okay.
Yep.
So,
look at that card, man.
Yeah, so make sure you leave us your information, man. Like I said, we're on Twitter, Facebook.
Resend that information, Dominique. See, let me give you an example. This is on Twitter. I did not receive it.
Send it in a messenger. Send it with 3 Kings. If you send it in a messenger or you send a message on Twitter, then we better get that information to you. We on We 3 Kings is on Twitter. We also, if you send a messenger too, also if you or our email as well, you can send it to our email as well.
This is see, Dominique, this is the only message I got from you on Twitter. So you got to resend it, bro.
Indeed. So we definitely want to make sure we get you guys, some of this things that we're offering. So, still talking the Pistons lineup. Like I said, I expressed my, my concern with Killian. Like I said, I'm not saying get rid of the guy. I just feel like he is a development project that, we we could work on. I feel like in free agency, like I said, the top two things that we need to focus on is center and guard. And then draft. Like I said, if we still in the top 5, top 3 picks, there is some options there that's coming out in this draft for us. I believe whoever we get in this draft, if we're in that top 5 range, we can't lose with, in my opinion.
I got you, Dominique. And you know, like I said, the Pistons past them being successful with both 10 years. We always had solid power forward center combinations, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, from starting and on the bench, we always had that solid combination of those bigs because those teams understood that with those bigs, it helps those guards. And like I said, by us not having a big right now, it puts more pressure on the guards to try to attack the basket because they can commit to those guards. So we need that live threat. We need the pick and roll, the pick and pop guy to come in and help the Pistons. So they got an opportunity to go in the draft and do that. And free agency, possibly. Don't know what's going to happen with Jeremy Grant. He's currently working with the G League team right now, getting ready for his return. But we don't know if we're going to see him play in a Pistons jersey or not. We don't know what Troy Weaver is thinking in that current situation. You still got a lot of deals that's being thrown at the Pistons. I don't think he's going to do it unless it's something that's really, really worth it. Otherwise, I think he might end up retaining Jeremy Grant unless one of these teams come up with a package that's just undeniable. So we'll see what happens. Go ahead.
I got another trivia question for the chat. If you can name K's teammate that played in high school with him that also got drafted in the lottery draft, I got a real nice, beautiful card in my hand for you right now.
Ah, man, that's a easy one. Y'all better get it, man.
K's teammate that he played in high school with, he also got drafted in the lottery draft this year too.
Top 5 in rookie rankings.
Yep, man, that's a nice one, man.
I don't see nothing. Y'all better come on.
Man.
Damn, Joshua.
Man, look at that. Ooh, look at the air that's reflected.
Ooh, wait.
Look at that, man.
Look at that.
Ooh.
No, he did not bring up Coprovisa.
Man, that's a nice one right there, Josh.
Balsa Coprovisa, that guy.
Yeah, but I know the Pistons are entertaining trade offers for Jeremy Grant, but I've always been, adamant of not let him go. Just the fact of the matter is his contract is very pleasing to the Pistons pocketbooks. He's only a 3-year, $60 million deal. He's in the second year of that. Why not, keep that on into next season, whether or not either we're going to extend him or let him go. But he's an offensive firepower, and he fits a need. And for me to trade him away for picks that's going to be role players or backup players, and then going into the offseason to sign somebody like Jeremy Grant, it don't make sense to me to do that. And I just feel like the way now, if Jeremy Grant had a 7-year deal, then I'll be like, okay, we don't need nobody on the books for that long. But he's only signed a 3-year deal. He's done more than enough off of that deal because he's all-star caliber player. He can get you points, and he feels a need. And we're talking about rebuilding and retaining talent. He is what it is that we've been talking about having. Young, he's not expensive, and he gets you points. So for me, I've always said, I know why they were entertaining for Jeremy Grant, because he can help all these other teams that's looking to make championship runs or make nice playoff runs. But if we're trying to build for our future, to me, I feel we need to keep him in place and see what we can do, either extend his contract or, like I said, next year is his last year of the deal. We can let him go, and it won't hurt us and it won't cost us.
Listen, you keep beating the drum with this. Jeremy Grant is out of here, man. I mean, they just looking to get
the
more.
But there's nothing worth getting rid of him for.
Yet.
You don't know that.
A lot of teams are trying to get. They about to get ready to try to go for a run.
But who is giving up all-star caliber? Why would we trade? That's what I'm saying. Why are we trading away an asset just to get lesser value assets?
Listen,
Willie. I know it's an unpopular name. I don't like it, but you got to look at it. You got situations out there with like the Sixers. They're not going to get what they want for Simmons. Eventually, they're going to break. So when you get closer to the deadline, it's teams like that that'll say, hey, Jeremy Grant, with what we have Embiid out here throwing down 50-point games, we add Jeremy Grant, it'll take us a step closer in the East.
But that's
Brooklyn is having some issues right now with
but that's what I mean. Jeremy Grant is an all-star player. So Ben Simmons is a top 10 player.
How many all-star games has he been to?
Wait, I say he's an all-star type player. You know, he's close to being that type of player.
How many has he been to?
None. Or he's close to last year. He's an all-star caliber player.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of all the late.
And then the all-star thing is fan vote. So you got your enemy getting voted in Klay Thompson who ain't played in 2 years. So we ain't gonna talk about that. But my thing is this: it just doesn't seem worth it. For one, we don't want a Ben Simmons type contract because that's what we're going away from. You guys have been harping and been saying, but we don't need to take no bad deals. We don't need to take no bogus players. And if we're building towards a future and solidifying the Detroit Pistons style, yeah, we can entertain the options. But to get rid of him, to trade him, to get picks and role players, and then going into this off season, looking to sign somebody like Jeremy Grant that we already have. That doesn't make sense to me to get rid of a guy that we already know is formidable, who can get you points. He solidifies a spot. He solidifies a need, and we're building towards a future. And we signed him for a low deal and for low years. That's perfect. And why would we try to fumble that up? For what reason? To me, it doesn't seem worthy enough to me to do that.
Well, Joshua, that was a devil's advocate situation. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a fan of the Simmons thing, but you got to realize what league we in and how a lot of these GMs in the league operate. Ben Simmons is what, 25, 26 years old. So it may be year 5 or 6 as far as his development. But if you got a deal on the table coming from the Sixers, and if you're Troy Weaver and you don't see Jeremy Grant as a long-term part of your team, you're going to make a move. Yeah. And it's not about what I believe. It's not about what none of us believe. It's what Troy Weaver is thinking.
But Philadelphia want the house for Ben Simmons, so it won't just be a Jeremy Grant.
You start high. We've seen this before.
Yeah, but it's still if we're in the mold of and it kills what you guys have been saying, especially you, King. It kills what you've been saying all this time. How we're trying to build from the ground up. How we're trying to develop these people and starting. Ben Simmons doesn't fit that plan of what you've been saying.
But what I've been saying, I'm not Troy Weaver.
Hey, let me slide in. Slide in real quick. Hey, tell me how many points this guy scored last night. You get this card.
Shut up. But especially taking on a contract like a Ben Simmons when we just got rid of a contract of Blake Griffin. We be doing a Blake Griffin all over again. Nobody care about no Antonio. That's it. That's his fault too. Oh, yeah. That's his fault too. Him being not a quality teammate. Because Tom Brady needed him out there today, but he wanted to be an ass. So I don't respect Antonio Brown at all. I don't like he throws everybody that helps him out who stick their neck out for him under the bus, man. I don't have no.
Hold on, Billy. If you already won something, y'all, we giving it to the next person who won. So I think Joshua Austin already won something, right? Right, King? You got him down?
Yeah, he did.
And Dominique Davis, you already won. So it's going to 0-16. Jalen Green rookie card.
My daughter said, "How do you win the card?" So you gotta let her know how she can win the card.
So listen, interesting point. We were just talking about.
She got to answer the trivia.
The Killian is coming off the bench tonight.
There we go.
Joseph is starting. So there you go. You know, give him an opportunity to come in and work himself. You know what I'm saying? So
right. And what I was saying about the injury, I was hoping, and I'm not hoping, but I was thinking like it could be a little more significant injury where he had to sit for a little bit of time and then had to come back in and do some G League games. I feel, even though with the injury, I feel like him going down there and doing some G League games would benefit him just because it would get his mojo going to play against some lesser value talent down there to where he can ball out, he can get confidence in playing the game, shooting the shot, just like with Magruder and the other guy, that went down there and they went crazy. Let Killian go down there and go crazy. Build that confidence up. This is me. I don't know. Just me talking. I don't want to see the brother go by the wayside. In my opinion,
that's been my problem with the Pistons for a long time is the development. They tactics when it comes to development. We just don't develop people.
I got this right here, right? Jordan Poole, rookie card. Tell me what team did he hit that big shot against in the tournament, and you got this Jordan Poole rookie card?
I know it. Can I
know
answer
it too.
I want to answer that too.
Jordan Poole rookie card.
Yeah, Steve O, man, I agree with you, and that's the thing about I see when looking on Twitter and looking through all the conversations, you hear a lot of the coach is not putting them in the right position, or a player here is taken away from. At some point in time, in my opinion, he has to take that step because he's getting the opportunity.
0-16.
He's getting the opportunity. Nobody's stopping him from being aggressive.
Yeah,
in my opinion, nobody's stopping him from being aggressive.
He should be coming off the bench. Period. You don't take a 17-year-old kid from France and put him in that position. Expect him to just overnight get this thirst to attack the basket. That's not how basketball works. That's unfair to him. So they need to be coaches and realize that, hey man, we need to take him a step back and put him on a bench and make him work and earn himself position back in the starting lineups. That's something simple for Dwayne Casey to do. But I'm gonna give y'all
a hint, man. 0-16 already said it, but he already won, man.
You got it right there.
No, it wasn't them. It wasn't them.
It was them.
No, it was not.
It's a dog fight between the Bills and the Kansas.
When he hit that three.
Oh, when he hit the game-winning three?
Yeah. It wasn't them.
You sure it was? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah. Okay, no, I got it now.
There we go.
There it is.
You got it. There it is. You got him down, King.
And he's a prime example too, because he came in, he had to take a step back, go down into the G League, get some games up under him, and now he's he got himself in a prime position to get paid or become a starter.
But you got to look at it too, though. He also got to sit back and learn from Steph Curry too. Also,
there you go.
It's not even just that. Killian, as a 15, 14-year-old, was playing in Euro leagues. Jordan Poole went to Michigan. He played collegiate basketball.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that helps.
Hail to the victors. Hail to the victors.
Big difference.
Listen, this Buffalo and Chiefs game has turned out to be a good one. They tied up 14-14, about to go into the half.
Yeah.
But you know,
hey, King, give him a trivia for this K rookie card.
I give him a trivia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a trivia.
Okay.
Who is it that the Pistons signed from overseas that looked like Luigi, that had a ponytail, and his first name you can pronounce by 2 letters? Now that's difficult, but easy at the same time. I know one of y'all know it. Come on with it. GG Tommy.
D Wade, there you go. You know, while we're talking, also we got to make sure that we give our give a shout out to our sponsor, Culture Detroit, located at Avenue Fashion, 19327 Livernois. They are our official sponsors of We Three Kings. Of course, you know, you guys got an introduction last week to Culture himself, came in and chopped it up with us. He's going to be coming in and out of our podcast because he is our unofficial fourth king. So look forward to seeing more from him. But they are our official sponsor. They are for your exclusive sneaker needs as well as fashion needs. So go ahead, give them a shout out. Go check them out. Tell them We Three Kings sent you, and they'll look out for you.
The 0-16, stupid man. So y'all still looking like the Mel Gibson Christ.
Passion of it.
You're Walter Herman out there.
Indeed. So I mean, we got some more things to discuss, but I know Pistons about to be coming on in a little bit. So think we should wrap this up, man. Get back into this playoff games and this Pistons game, man. Get some final thoughts. What you got, King?
All I want to do is just say, for the Matthew Stafford hate crowd that's in here, it never was about Matthew Stafford just being exempt from some of the things the Lions have dealt with. I've always wanted to point out that the organization is the biggest problem and currently remains the biggest problem until they continue to prove me wrong. But you got to put solid things around your quarterback in order for them to be successful. Basics, running game, offensive line, solid defense. That's not hard to ask, and that's something that I've never seen my entire life for the Detroit Lions, except for 1 year. So that's the thing. It's not that we're not Rams fans. We're not none of that. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to prove a point about the Ford family. I'm not a fan of the Ford family. That's all I want to say.
All right. So I want to, in my final discussion, of course, Michigan basketball, they're kind of looking like they may be turning, for the better. They're looking pretty well. But I've got to give a shout out to the Michigan Wolverines women's basketball team. With the success that they've been having this season, they basically are the highest. They rank. This has been the highest ranking in their history. The ladies over there have been doing their thing. I look forward to paying a little more attention to them. We don't want to seclude women on the show. We do. We're not them type of guys. So we definitely are. Pro women on this show. So giving a shout out to the women's basketball team for their success. And also, we're going to be paying attention to other, women's sports because you also got the women's gymnastics team winning national championship too. So, we're not all exclusive. We pay a little bit of mind to it, but we know what our core is. But definitely wanted to give the women a shout out. And also, we always want to invite the ladies to come in and join us too, not just with sports talk and the other things that we're going to be discussing in the future. So, you guys look forward to that as well because we're going to be having, ladies taking on the show, and it's going to be a time where the ladies take over the show. So you might be seeing 3 ladies up here instead of 3 kings at some point in time. So definitely want to make sure we give our roses to the ladies, Michigan basketball, as well as Michigan gymnastics as well.
Big A, you got anything you want to say?
Hey, Hardball ain't going nowhere. He out there squatting and everything in the gyms on the recruiting trail. You heard it here. We three Kings. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that he ain't going anywhere, man. We're gonna get back to just randomly doing our giveaways. We pretty much, we since we did the raffle, we gave enough time. Hey, still hit us up if you think you still is old something, but let us know. But we want to get back into giving stuff away, man. I will be sending out what people won tonight, and then I'll send that to King, and then he'll be mailing it off to you guys. I got a bunch of stuff, man. Like I say, we've been kind of building up on some stuff. I got a bunch of stuff to get away. So if you ain't get a Cade or something tonight, we got plenty of those to give away. Bunch of Killians and Sadiqs and Isaiah Stewarts. We got a bunch of stuff, man. So
what about Cockburn?
You better you need to get Cockburn in your hands, man. Possess a Cockburn. It's gonna be pivotal, man. I'm telling you. Man.
This is a nice one.
I got you down, D. Will.
Indeed. All right, man. So listen, guys. We're gonna let everyone get back to their families, get back to these games. Enjoy your Sunday evening. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us once again. We enjoy you guys. So take care. God bless. Stay safe.
Hey. We kind of slowed up on them subscribers, y'all. Hey, let's make sure we let's get them subscribers up. Hey, you know what, Joshua Austin? You've been hitting us up about a Killian, man. Every time you come on here, man. And you know what I'm gonna do for you, man? I got to give you that. You always mention the Killian card.
Hey, listen, give them all the Killian cards.
Sure.
Give them all to them, man. Give them just give it all to them, man. Have a whole plethora of Killian cards. Just give it to them.
Hey, we're going to give you both of these, Josh. Both of these Killian Hayes rookie cards.
Those are nice.
We're going to give them both to you, man.
Those are nice.
Get him down for these, King. Josh.
Yeah, I'm getting them. I got them right now.
That's nice. That's nice. So yeah, once again, like I said, we thank you guys for rocking with us, man. We'll be back, of course, next week. Enjoy your families. Be safe once again. We three Kings. We are out.
Peace.